Welcome to the tutorial for Darth Vader. This level is extremely unique as it is the only level in the game where dying will restart the entire room, no matter where you are in the level. While this may seem punishing, it is a relatively easy level with only a couple advanced small skips, so we've marked it with a difficulty rating of 4 and an RNG rating of 2. Goal times aren't very important here, but it's good not to neglect them so you don't fall behind. There are 2 ways to play this room. Let's start with the beginner method. Hold straight down and jump over the gaps with decently spaced double jumps. It may help to pan the camera down for the duration of the room in order to see the platform coming next. It's good to practice this room a few times if you aren't familiar with it to get a good idea of when to jump. The advanced strat involves doing a drop-in warp to send Anakin toward the transition at the end of the room. Start by running into the top right corner with Obi-Wan to get Anakin off screen. As soon as you touch the corner, hold down and stay relatively close to the wall. As soon as you reach the edge of this gap, do a quick double jump, land, and walk 1 step. Do a well-spaced jump and call in P2 at the peak of your jump. Immediately pause with P1 after calling in. Drop him out and hold down left. It's worth noting that sometimes Anakin goes too far, so you might need to come back and hit the transition from the front to enter the next room. This can be represented by this visual. There are some good backups to note with the drop-in warp. If you are even a little slow, you may have to set it up again. The quickest way to do this is to jump into the lava to restart the room. If you either attempted to call in and it didn't work, or if you called in and didn't pause in time, walk a little more forward, do the double jump, and attempt to call in again. Room 2 will also be broken up into beginner and advanced. For the beginner strat, call in player 2 and double jump over to the door on the right. Force the 4 pillars and 2 locks on the door. The advanced strat involves using this pillar on the right to clip Obi-Wan out of bounds and hit the transition behind the door. Immediately upon entering the room, call P1 in and walk upright with both characters. Take 2 steps with Obi-Wan before jumping on top of the pillar. You want him to land on the upper portion of the top of the pillar. Go neutral with player 1 and force the pillar with player 2. Just before the pillar is done forcing, run forward a little to get an edge jump off the pillar and do a well-spaced double jump to land right next to the door out of bounds. Note that you must run forward before jumping to avoid getting a backflip instead of a double jump. Walk next to the door and you can either walk into the door or jump slash into it. If you try to hit the door but fall under the ground, start jumping up under the door, and when you get close to the floor, go behind the door and keep jumping up to hit the transition. If you don't make the jump or pop in bounce, the fastest backup is to do the beginner strat. Start by going right with both players and slamming the pillars with P2. You can alternatively slash the left pillar with P2 once you reach here, and the right pillar with P1 to save under a second. Once the bridge starts coming down, double jump onto it with both players. Leave P2 behind this pipe, and once it becomes forcible, do so while Obi-Wan crosses through the fire. It's important to continue to hold force with Anakin, as you can get some rare deaths if you let go too early. Force the 2 gears and the wheel with Obi-Wan. After this, you can let go with both players and optionally force the handle down to avoid any potential rare deaths. Drop out P2 and stand on the rising platform with P1 to enter the final room. It's important to note if you are not already Obi-Wan, switch to him. This will save time in the end fight as winning with Obi-Wan plays a shorter end cutscene. Do a double jump and then a buffer jump to cross this first section. From here, follow the path to the left and then to the right before you make it to what we call the house. Once you jump up to the middle part of the house, you'll want to jump onto the corner of each section with a quick double jump to get up quickly. You can do these double jumps with a circular motion on the stick to get around the lip sticking out. After you get to the top, if you did so very quickly, it may be advised to wait a little before jumping off, as you might fall short of the end platform. Try and get a decent edge jump along with a well-spaced jump. Once you make it across, if Anakin has not already warped, start panning up and run forwards to try to make him warp faster. The end fight is fairly simple with a tiny strat. Let the CPU attack you with the 3-hit combo, and once you see your character model light up red, press tag to switch to the other character. If done correctly, you should only have to do 3 swaps. On the final set of hits, we want to call P2 in right before the last hit of damage to end the fight. If we fail to do this, the room will restart as it registers us as losing the fight. Wait for the visual of the second swing to begin, then call in P2 and the level should end as soon as he attacks P1. Alternatively, if you're worried about missing the timing, you can call in and swap and do the final 2 hits yourself. This concludes the Darth Vader tutorial.